Yo, chat, welcome. Let's do an extra stream today. Yeah, I'm good. I've got my drink. I'm good now. Anyways, I wanna first of all, I wanna make a big bass batch today. I don't wanna worry too much about an intro or stuff like that. Well, you guys know intros are pretty easy for me. I wanna work a bit on making a big bass batch right now. And I'm thinking of making quite a big sort of like sustained bass batch and see if we can sort of like come up with a nice tune idea for that. And then it's probably going to be a bass with like some kind of a harmonic layer on top of it or some kind of a harmony on top. I think I'm really into those kind of things lately, so we're probably going to be doing something like that. But I want to see if we can make something and see if we can come up with an idea, and then we can always, try and make an intro for it later. So, how are you doing? Where are you watching from tonight? I need a key as well, so if anybody has something, let me know. That was close. Almost right. So we got a complete blank project, and let's start with that. I'm good, thanks. Been enjoying the weather. It's well, we're basically dealing with another heat wave. It was like a little bit colder for a couple of days, and then right after that it just went straight back into the hot weather. So yeah. I'm just enjoying that. I've been enjoying the sun and staying hydrated. We've actually got a water shortage right now since today, I think, officially. So we're gonna see what that's gonna do. But other than that, it's pretty good. But it's unusually hot for quite a long period at the moment right now. It's like we had like a few colder days and then it went straight back up to like 30 degrees. And I know it's like summer right now, but um it's a really good summer if this is like a once in 10 years summer. But I have a feeling that it might just be another summer like this next year, if you get what I mean. It's like almost every year it's like the periods where it's hot just gets longer and longer. Which I shouldn't laugh, that's like pretty fucked actually, but yeah. um on one side it's nice because it's great weather and I can just enjoy the time outside, but other than that, it's on the other side it's also pretty bad because like today there was in the news today here in the Netherlands. Some kind of a small ferry service across like a river was cancelled from today on because the water is too low. They can't go across. So now if you need to go there to the other side, you need to basically drive all the way around. So yeah, it's like that stuff is gonna happen more and more. So on the other hand, it's not really good, right? But I can't complain because the weather's been great. But yeah, so do we have a key? Something? What should we do? Let me grab a serum real quick. Yeah, serum skin is pretty cool. I kind of like it as well. I should give credit to who is it? Nesco. Nesco made this skin. It's kind of like an Ableton themed serum skin. So yeah, it's kind of nice actually. Looks kind of cool. Did a pretty good job actually on making it look nice. So yeah, I kind of like it. Wanted to change it up a little, you know. Yo, GT Mansoor, how's it going? Watching from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, welcome to the stream. We're just getting started. 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in non-freedom numbers. um, I'm not that good when it comes to temperatures in Fahrenheit. I'm not sure exactly what it is right now here, but it's like getting evening, so it should be getting less now. I got all my windows open to kind of cool down a bit. Let's see. 27 at the moment right here. But 27 for like almost 9 p.m. is pretty, you know, pretty hot. Inside it's definitely a little more. That's why I'm trying to cool down here with the windows open. I'm not the first one to make that joke, but 33. Ah, yeah. That was pretty much what it was like here this afternoon, something like that. Maybe like 32 or 31 or something, but it was something like that here. So, I think I'm feeling D sharp. Go B. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, shut up. Dogs are outside again. So I'm looking for an interesting, so like harmony kind of thing. Do like that. I don't like the second one that much. C sharp, that would be... That's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. Thinking what key could be cool. D sharp is kind of nice. It goes down really low then, because we're an octave higher than what I should be playing for the sub. So these would be really low or really high, but we'll see. I like D sharp. I also like that F sharp, I think. This one. Still not sure about that second one. That's the one I... Let's try it in here. Let's make a copy of that so that we don't lose it. See what else we can do here. We can also go down. Nah, I don't like that one. I guess this one is better, where it goes up on that one, which plays the perfect fifth of this one. And what key are we gonna do? E is nice as well. It will be E minor. It's kind of nice. So we can slightly distort it. We get that wobble on the first one, which is kind of cool. Especially if we start processing that, that should work pretty well. Yeah, I'm thinking about what key. I kind of wanted to go for D sharp, but I think I like E with this progression. It sounds kind of nice. Like with the distortion is a bit much right now, but that's because the patch is not right for that. Yeah, so now let's make a good patch for it. We can actually use this one in the intro, maybe. So let's just make another track here. Let's grab another serum. Okay, let's make some drums first, so that we have some drums, because otherwise we're gonna be making bass, and then we are gonna get to the drums, and then I get to that same thing that I always have when I start making a bass patch first, that I'll have some drums, and then I'll be like, now I gotta tweak the bass a lot and to make it fit the drums, right? So it's like better to just make some drums real quick. Let's grab a sine wave. I'll do this really quick because I have done this so many times now. If you want to see how to do this, go to my Patreon. There you've got all the things you need where I explain this in depth. Actually, the first video about kick drums is on my YouTube channel, so you can just see that already. But if you want to see any of the other ones, just go to my Patreon, and there will be one about snares as well. Also, if you want to get some samples or anything like that, there's a lot of content on my Patreon at the moment with like sample packs that I put on there every month. And there's like a couple of gigabytes of samples available on my Patreon for everybody that, you know, decides to support me. So, link is in the description below the stream, by the way. Let's blast through this real quick. So that was the amp envelope. Let's do the pitch envelope. Let's make something like this, so that the envelope mode will play around with the speed later. We can just set it temporarily to 1.8. That should work fine. Or 1.16, I mean. And let's assign that to the pitch. So let's do LFO2 on the global, or no, the coarse pitch of this one. Unipolar, something like that maybe. And let's put in a little MIDI clip here. So we were doing E. Let's give ourselves a bunch of kicks here. I'll add a couple of more so that we have enough stuff here. Let's go for that one for now. We don't need MPE. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Starting point. Let's see real quick, what is the limiter on the master doing? Okay, let's set that to 8. And we're just gonna group you drums -8. Okay, let's make another track. Another serum. This time I'm gonna take that one. I'll leave it on that for now, we can adjust that later. Same thing. Just a different shape. Oh yeah, we need to have some notes, of course. So let's see. Let's try E2. We can always change it. Or B. Let's try B. Yo, Aduken, off to Let It Roll tomorrow morning. Oh, have a nice festival, man. Missed your flight earlier. Damn, that sucks. Well, anyways, have a good party. That sucks though. But yeah, not much you can do about it. Okay, let's take that. Now we need to make it smack. So we need a pitch envelope, something like that. That maybe. So we're really gonna make it smack here with this first part. And then make it really fast. And slap that on there. Make it unipolar. And then we pull that back ever so slightly. Don't want to overdo it like that. That's just, but like right around there. And then if you add it, okay, what this is, see, this is just a wavetable. And what it is, it's basically just, it goes from this pure sine into this one, into that, into that, into that, into that. So if you look at the shape here as well, it just gets more and more like a rounded square, and that is then morphed. So you can just morph between those. It's really simple to make. You can just make that wavetable yourself. It's the perfect wavetable for making snare drums, because all you need to do to give that fundamental bit of that woody kind of character is just give it a little bit of that rounded square kind of shape instead of a sine wave. And listen, you get that sound as if you have saturated the fundamental of the snare, but you have not used any saturation whatsoever. You're doing it on the level of the oscillator itself, so it's going to be cleaner in a way. It's a lot more controllable as well. That's the main thing, because you can still saturate it afterwards, and so you can go really far. That's kind of the sound that you get when you really saturate a snare drum, and it has like a fundamental like this. That's the kind of sound you get. And let's say you like that, but I don't like it on that first transient. I can just do this in opposite direction. So now the first part of the fundamental is still basically a sine wave, but then the part that comes in afterwards is where the tone is, where the fundamental is. That is actually just a little bit sort of like a rounded square. And it sounds really nice. Well, I don't know, it like when you saturate a sine wave, it becomes or like, at least if you do it with like soft clipping or like tube distortion or something, you get sort of like a rounded square wave shape. And if you push it far enough, it's gonna get more into like a square wave. So I guess you won't be able to push it as hard if you do this on the oscillator level, but the sound will be a lot more controllable. So you don't need as much saturation because you're already doing that sound design in the oscillator. So you don't need as much saturation to get that sound. Which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing as well. Like it kind of depends what sound you're going for, I guess. So I'm actually gonna do this one in a couple of different layers in an instrument rack. That's a little bit easier, I find. So this is just a fundamental, and we can as well do this thing here. Let's take the bright white noise and just give it that. Let's make it pretty short. And we can give that transient a little bit more high end as well. And picking a different position here will slightly change how that transient sounds. It's very subtle, but it does make a slight difference. So that's a good starting point for that. Don't really need to do anything here yet because we don't have any noise yet. So I want to have the noise first in the, so like for the tail, and then I want to saturate the two together to kind of gel them together, similar as to what I did with the kick. But on the kick, the noise is just a very short click in the transient, so I didn't really need a secondary patch here. So I could do the distortion here, but for the snare drum, I would do it with like a serum effects or something after it. So let's just drag another one in here. Let's turn MPE off. Let's turn that off. We don't need it. Now what we need is, oh yeah, we need the noise here, and then let's do a high pass 24 maybe, no resonance, and then let's turn the noise on. I'm going to use one of my own noises because these are stereo. And that way we get a nice bit of width already. You can make those really easily as well. I demonstrate that in the tutorial that I did on my channel. Or is that the one that's on Patreon? I think it's the one that's on Patreon, but it should be out soon because I'm working on a new tutorial. So when that one is done, then the old one is going to be up on YouTube. Why am I dragging that? We don't need that. Yeah, so we need an amp envelope. Now, what I would normally always do is, because we have a fundamental, right? Here. We have this fundamental. What I would do, normally, is in my snare serum, this is the fundamental, this is the noise. I would then, in the noise, make a shape sort of like this. Right? So you have that little pause at the start. Because the delay time here is really not really that accurate. Like, even if you set it to BPM, it's like, it's not a millisecond. So it's like one little tick on this button up is already 0.1. And I think you can type in values smaller than it, but it's still a little bit annoying to work with. I actually found out a way how you can make it a lot easier. So I'm just going to make my shape exactly how I want it to be. Not with the pause at the start. I'm just going to make a shape like this. And let's set it to BPM mode. Like that, and then we're going to play with this time. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to record the fundamental real quick on this track at the top here. Let's just do, and I'm just going to see how long is this roughly. That's roughly 27 milliseconds. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's 27 milliseconds. Not sure if we need that much, but let's see how much we actually need. So there is this handy little device in the MIDI effects, I believe it is, called Note Echo. And I'm not sure if that's in every version of Ableton, but in Ableton Suite, I think it is. Or yeah, I think it is in Ableton Suite. But it's a MIDI device called Note Echo. So if we put that in front of the serum and put the feedback all the way down, and I'm going to set the input not to through, but to mute, which means that every time the, let's see, oh yeah, what that means, it's basically that you have the dry wet at 100%, so you only hear the wet signal. Because it doesn't play the input. It's only playing the delayed version of the MIDI note. So then we're going to turn sync off, and then we get this. And that goes all the way down to 1 millisecond. So I'm just going to go and start with something like 10 milliseconds. And we have no feedback. And now what that should do is it should basically delay this one with 10 milliseconds. And it's really quiet. So let's go in here. Why is that so quiet? Because I haven't assigned it yet. And then we need to do envelope. And then, oh yeah, the next thing. Because it's really short. That's also because of this, but it's just a really short note. Let's just put a note length device right after it. Increase that a little. There we go. And now we can use this to play around with how much of it we want. So now what I can do as well to make it easier for me to see shit, let me just put an LFO tool right after it here. Put this all the way up so it's not really doing anything. And with the waveform thing turned on, I can see exactly what's going on here. So, see, that's way too much. So we want a little bit of overlap, but we don't want too much, because then we get that, right? We get that spike in volume, so we don't want that. We want a little bit of overlap, something like that. And if we want to see it a little bit easier, we can even bring this down to maybe an 8 note. That looks pretty good, actually. Like, the fundamental might be able to go a little bit shorter even. It's still pretty long for like a very tight drum and bass snare, but this is a good starting point. So let's call this noise. I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to call that one trigger. And on that one, I am going to drop an external instrument, and I'm going to send that into the snare track, and then it's going automatically into LFO tool. So now this one is also re-triggering, and I can set this, click it twice, so it's set to envelope mode, and now this one will be basically working as well. So now we can use this to control how long the snare drum is. So I can say, for instance, I want it to end right there. Now it will basically be shorter. See? Yeah, this is very common in drum and bass, making snare drums like this. It's very common, and like making drums in general is very, very much like this in drum and bass. Like there's other ways as well. Like you can use addictive drums and use like a lot of like sample-based drums. That's fine too, but it's like it depends on the type of drums that you want to go for. If you are going for like the more digital sounding drums, then this is the way. If you want to go for more like sampled break kind of feeling, then doing it with like sample drums is obviously the way. Either like sampling from old funk records or using something like Superior Drummer or Addictive Drums. It's like it really depends what you're going for, and sometimes a combination of the two is what you need, right? It's like sometimes it's like this is your starting point, and these are the ones that give the drums the weight. But then on top of it, you layer the acoustic breaks that you've made with Addictive Drums or that you've sampled and processed to give it that acoustic feel, but with the power that digital drums have. And that's something that is very common in drum and bass as well. A lot of times I feel it's mostly a combination of multiple ways of doing your drums. Like, for instance, I like a lot of times using this for my main kick and snare, but then I'll maybe have a top snare layer from like Addictive Drums that I also use for the ghost snares. So the ghost snares will maybe not have this one in it, but just be the pure ghost snares from Addictive Drums. And then the hats, for instance, I might make with Addictive Drums because that way they get like a nice live feel, which is always better than just taking a bunch of samples. But then again, it depends on the track, right? Like sometimes your track just needs a very static hi-hat sample that's just the same every single time it hits. Yeah, if it needs that, then that's what it needs. If your snare sucks, Matthews will come for you. Well, hey, Matthews can buy one of my shirts then. Matthews can buy one of my shirts. It's in this view. It should be it should be coming up real soon. But yeah, I like doing snare drums. Like it's something that I did a lot over the years, and I learned so much doing it. Um, Come on, give us the shirt. There you go. Anyways, yeah, but you can go a very long way, and I'll show you what I mean with that. This trigger is going to be very helpful because now, like I said, we can shorten it like this. But I'm just going to leave it a little bit longer for now, like that. And let me go in the fundamental. See, we can have a little bit of that tail still ringing out. Maybe that's kind of nice. See, now it's a little bit shorter in the fundamental, so we need to go back in here, and I can reduce this one a little bit. It's more like it, like around 10 milliseconds is more than enough for like the fundamental part of the snare. Otherwise, I feel like the drum gets a bit of a more of a sloppy feeling. It's like it takes so long for the noise to come in, and especially on like tighter snares. Like if we add something like this, it's just... So we can make pretty tight snares now, so... But it's still just noise, right? So we can do some more stuff. Let's do one thing to make it a bit more like a real snare. I'm gonna put Pro Q on here, and let me set up a sidechain input real quick. Well, we don't need it necessarily, but it will be better. Let's do snare, and then fundamental. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just pre-effects doesn't matter. I don't think there's effects there. No, there's no effects. So now we have that, the fundamental going into the noise, which is gonna trigger the noise, and then, or it's gonna trigger this EQ. I like to make snares, but my laptop doesn't really have the processing power to have too many different serum patches open. It sucks. I would just do it in separate projects. Just spend an afternoon making drums in a project dedicated to making drums, and just make yourself some good drum sounds. Don't really care about the rest of the track. Or if you really need like some context for you to, like, if it's easier if you have context for you to make drums, just drag in like a sample pack bassline. So it's just like an audio sample in your timeline, because that takes up like no CPU. And then just make drums to that, so that way you have a little bit of context. But just do something like that, and then just save them to audio so that you can use them in a different project where you're actually making a track. That way you can still do it on, like, that's how I always did it back in the day. Like when my PC was shit, I always did it that way. Yeah, I'm always Windows as well. I just can't, man. I need a PC that I can customize, that I can just, you know, buy whatever I need. And if something is not good enough or something is failing, then I can buy something better. It's just I have complete freedom, and that's what I need. I just can't do Macs, man. They're great if they work, but yeah, it's great. Just make yourself your own sample pack, basically, right? That's always good. Or go to my Patreon and download samples. Hint, hint. Let's see. Okay, so we are in E, right? I was saying E that we're gonna do. So to give this snare a bit more of a real feeling, I'm actually going to turn the sidechain input off because we don't necessarily need it. I can always do it if we really need it, but right now we don't. So that's our noise, right? So let's look for a B note, B4. Now this is handy because it snaps to this. That's why I'm using Pro Q. B4, and let's raise the Q all the way and raise this up quite a bit. Actually, let's leave it at 0 and instead raise the dynamic Q. Okay, let's try E. Kind of like that. Now, the thing is, this is on the noise layer itself, so it's not affecting the fundamental at all. It's only affecting the noise. Okay, let's just make our chord here. So that would be E minor. Let's do these two then. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, let's not do that. I always do the gain instead, but I want to do the dynamic EQ, so it actually responds to the incoming noise, which is kind of nice. Okay, let's do that one, and let's raise that up as well. And then I do want to have one extra one. Let's try this one. Almost did it. Okay. Now let's play around a little bit with these. So okay, let's try the input here. And then we need to go to here and then do that for all of these. I think this should work. Oh no, of course. Do we have timing as well in here? Or do we not? Don't think we do. Then it's not gonna work like that. Like if we have a release time, then we could make it work, but no. So then we don't need this. Just do it without. And then we can use this though. That's kind of helpful. Should be a good starting point for now. Let's grab a Serum FX real quick, drop that in here. That's on the entire thing, so then we can just do that one. Just to kind of gel it together a little bit. And I want to see if we can maybe make the noise a little bit more. See, I like that,
but I want to make that change a little bit over time, so set it to 8 note. I've done this so much. I know exactly what to do and what to look for. So yeah, it's you get better at it, basically. That's what I'm saying. Should we go for? Yeah, just give me something. I just need some hats, and we can flip through. Not a bad one. Yeah, I don't like the noise on the snare still. That EQ is a bit much. Let's this one right here. This one. It's a bit much. Yeah, it's a bit much. Let's get rid of that. Mm. Oh, my bad. I'll do it with the external thing. Actually, let's leave this one. Oh, that's nice. Getting rid of that a little bit. Okay. We might not even need that much of a head there, but... Now the beauty of this one now is... Actually, that tail is a bit long on this one. Let's reduce this. Let's just go this. And we can easily change the pitch now as well, because we have to do is just... The thing is just that noise, this one is a little bit long. Like that, it rings a little bit too long. And I used this before with the sidechain input. How did I do that then? Did I use the noise as the input? That could maybe have worked. So the noise as the input. Let's try. Let's see. Noise pre-effects. Oh yeah, of course this doesn't change along with it. So if I do a different pitch, then I probably want to change these as well. So like if we go try E, then we want to move these around. So this one is on E. Oh no, we don't have to move them because this creates mostly E minor. Yeah, E major actually. Let's make it E minor. And that one is really small. Oh, that's the... my bad. Damn, I'm gonna confuse. One moment, it's so hot in here. Turning my fan on. If you hear noise, extra noise, that's my fan, but I need it. It's too hot. We'll stick with that for now. Let's go and grab our thing that we had. Feeling maybe the bass coming in right there. So you get like if I put it on here real quick, and you get like
See, it comes in on like the third beat. So you get like kick, snare, and then the bass coming in. I kind of like that. And then we could have like a step bass on here, something to fill this first beat up, and then go into this one. But then a different patch, of course, so we're gonna make a good patch for it. Or try at least. So let's set up the sidechain as well, because we're gonna need it. Kick. Or post effects, that's fine. Snare. No, I want pre-effects. I just need MIDI. So it's basically gonna trigger these snare drum or these sidechain triggers. And let's just group this boss and put a sidechain on it. Oh. Kick. Okay, that's ready. And then let's start with the bottom notes. So let's just remove these. bass sound are we gonna make here? This one I don't like, so let's go. We're getting really low, but I want to see if we can make it work. It's gonna sound like shit still at the moment, but let's oh, that's the wrong one. Put a bit of filter on here. Hello? Why are... Oh. My bad. Let's move you here. See what we get. Do I like that? In terms of the progression. I think I do, but...
let's leave that up. Let's move you down. We're hearing it with the sidechain, of course, as well, but. Dun, dun. Oh, already have an EQ. Nah, don't like that. Or maybe one of the phaser ones. Let's see here what we get if we take you. Let's you. interesting shape. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, it's just in that wavetable, I think. Let me... Oh, that one is kind of nice. No, I don't like this second layer. Let's see. Also got that. That's kind of sick. We're gonna go down even lower. This one also works with that one. We need a better sound for that though, but let me just quickly get that one off there and that one as well because it's too much. Yeah, I want to have a different progression. I think something more interesting. Let me quickly check it with this one. G. That is that still on the same scale? I think it is, actually. E minor. No, C. Why does that sound cool? Is it me or? Might be me. It's out of tune, yeah. And when it's higher, I hear it. That's in tune. Are we gonna go for that though? Because in E, what else could we come up with? Let's have a little look. So we can also end on that E. Um, kind of like that as well. Going up to G, and then going down to C sharp. Well, and we can do pitch bends on this as well, of course. And that. That one should not be here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better now. This needs to be C, not C sharp. It needs to be C. Then we are in E minor. Maybe E harmonic minor even. Oh, what is that? What I'm hearing? Maybe that one. We'll see. But that could work. Try E, then A, then B. Can give that a shot. Let me check. But it's not necessarily about just these notes. Like, it needs to be what is on top of as well. Like, on its own, that kind of works. That's harmonic minor then, I think. Or no, it's not. What is that? No, that's actually regular minor. That belongs in E regular minor. E natural minor. I want to see, because I do kind of like that. But so you're saying A, that would be that, and then that could work, honestly, with that there. Might even do it from here. But I don't like how this goes up on these notes, how high this gets on these notes. I don't like that. I would like it to be a bit more. Yeah, I know the progression. It's definitely a a pretty common one, but what we could do is check out what this sounds like in other keys. So this, like, I could also say I mean, it's a nice progression, but I don't like how it goes up, honestly. So, yeah, that's that. See where this one has that movement like that, where it goes up and then back down. That just gives it a really interesting feeling. Like if you have this, or the same with this. We go down an octave, so it's the same as that other one. See that is just a much more interesting progression in my opinion for like a tune. So I'm sort of like thinking about what we can do with this. This one is one semitone too high, yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Can we hit on that on beat one time? I guess yes. Well, not yet. Let me move this real quick. Is that just this? Yeah, I think it is. Oh wait, might wanna. Oh, that is on. It's loud as fuck, but I don't like it yet. Yeah, I think the progression is fine. I think that's fine, yeah. It just needs to be made into a good pace. So that's what we're trying. Probably gonna destroy it, but let's see. Question is, do we need this one? Adds a bit of grit though, so that might work. Those don't work. It's really distorting because of this one. That high note is not helping us. It's nice, but it's not helping us at the moment. So running this into the distortion and then EQing it is gonna give us a interesting thing. That third one is a little weird. This one. Really low here as well, but kind of works. That also works. Is there more distortion happening somewhere? No, there's not. What am I hearing then? I think it's the detuning or something. What's that? It's not E minor. It is F sharp minor. Kinda like that. Huh? Why are they gone? Motherfuckers, do we have an undo? Yes, we have. No, it's an Ableton theme. It has the same sort of like knobs as Ableton. I'm gonna go for F sharp then. E. Yeah, we'll see about that last section. Oh yeah, I'm also doing a lot of kicks in this. Like this whole pattern, I think would be a lot better if there's a lot less kicks. Like with such a sustained bass, I think you can definitely, you know, use a bit less kicks. Like you can, and then you can save them for like the transition areas as well, and like the areas later in the track, which should be a lot better. So, and probably one again there. See, that kind of works because there the notes change. So. Like use one somewhere here, or let me just put them on the first here. I don't think I want them here. like works too, but like you can also have something like that, or something off, or just not. It's still a bit rough here, for sure. Like this is too much. It adds enough distortion, but it kind of, well, it adds too much actually. That's why I was playing with the EQ in front of it to kind of influence like what gets more distorted. Like that works a little. See, so we can really affect what gets more distorted and make it really narrow. We could even say like, that harmonic I want to distort more. See, so we can be very precise with that. Even automate it on the notes. Ooh. That one there is kind of cool. We have that one is really good if we have that one. So the only thing is that we cannot really easily key track this one. I think there's no sidechain key track input, sadly. That's pretty good. Maybe. Oh, my bad. Maybe. Let's see what we get. So it's a bit much, but uh, we're now on F sharp. A little bit too early.
Come on. I had it for just a moment. If you look at the oscilloscope at the top right, you can see that the movement of the LFO here, the speed of the LFO is changing how quick the whole sound sort of like wobbles. Like look, if I play that F sharp note, see that there's a slight wobble in this? If I change the speed, it gets quicker, but the speed is getting slower. See, now it's gone, but if the speed gets too quick, it kind of starts doing that. I'm trying to... There should be one moment there where it's not doing that. Let me check. Let me loop a long note. Ah, that's good enough. And that should be pretty consistent. Still don't like this thing. Why is the default 0.24? Oh, whatever. Hope that's still in tune. There we go. Oh, fuck.
It's mostly this top layer, honestly, that I don't like. Okay, that one can be better too, but... Why is the pitch bend doing this again? Oh, no, it's working. Hmm. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool thing. That to that. With that on top. Might want to use that. Let's make some other stuff now. Like I'm mostly just doing some sound design as well today, so it's just making some sounds. Let's see. I kind of like this though. Like that that second part now. So that would be this that part. Oh, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same. This part. Interesting. That's weird. What is it set to? Yeah, it's set to the right scale. Sounds identical because it's just a sine wave. Let's grab sampler. Just look through some of these first.
The only question is we need to check if that's still in tune, so... sounds like it is. That's good. I kind of like that.
What do we want? We want some kind of a sub thing. Let's group you together. What is that? Yeah, everything else. Save now. This thing doesn't really work. We bring it in here already? Nah. probably not gonna do that, but we'll see. Okay. I can probably combine a bunch of these into one instrument rack, because that's going to be really annoying otherwise. Let's group this, because I think these notes are just the same. They're not. Okay. Then these two are the same. Oh wait. They are the same, I think. These are all the same, if I'm correct.